Well, it's anarchy in the EU, where the European Commission has decided to step out of the way in the Microsoft ABK deal, so long as a few concessions are made. We'll get into it.
And we may be getting GTA6 as early as next year. Yes, that's crazy. We got all this to talk about, so much, right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest things happening in the video game industry. Check us out on Fruit Lab, YouTube, podcast services, everywhere. My name is E-Rock the Red. I am joined every single week by this gentleman right here. Full clip. What's going on, dude?
Hey, how's it going? Doing good. This is one of those weeks where it just reminds me of how many games are passing me by. Like, Zelda Breath of the Wild, stuff like that. New releases that I wish I was picking up and playing, but it's just like, there's so much to play.
Dude, it's really, I've been having a lot of FOMO lately. Absolutely. You said it. Like, and part of the problem is I've been like, I don't know. I've just been exhausted. I have a very limited time to play games lately. I can play on the weekends and when I get home, after dinner, that sort of thing. And I've been so tired, dude. I've just been, instead of gaming, I've been going to bed like a loser. Like like a stupid,
like a little baby.
Like a stupid baby. Yeah. But I have been, I'll tell you what I have been doing. And I haven't done this up until this past week. I've been taking my Steam Deck to bed with me and then playing a little bit in bed before I ultimately pass out, as I'm like sitting here and the Steam Deck like falls on my face. Thing's heavy, man. It literally blasts me right in the face. But yeah, you been getting into anything?
Same old for me. I did get a review copy of the new Starship Troopers game that we talked about, Extinction, the other day. But I haven't gotten a chance to try it out. I'm hoping to, though.
I also got a copy, and it is enjoyable. I think you're going to really like it. I'm playing on the Steam Deck, and I haven't played... So I played it the day it came out, and it's got some... It doesn't have as much... The Steam Deck doesn't have as much power as it really needs to render all of these bugs, dude. There's all these alien bugs coming at you at the end, and by then it's like... I'm like hitting 2 frames per second. It's just like, it's just stuttering. But I did read that today they, so first of all, I read someone adjusted the play settings so that it's just, it maxed out at like 30 frames per second, which I'm perfectly fine with. That's cool. I don't need it to be cruising. But I did read that there was an update that helps it to, during those scenes, to kind of reach a higher goal as far as being able to render all those bugs and to play a little bit better. So I'm hoping to check it out. That's one of the ones I've been taking up to bed with me and playing, and it's great. I think you're going to really enjoy it. I'm excited to hear what you have to say about it, because it just works. Like, everything in it is like, so the premise is, we talked about it briefly last week, but yeah, you pick your type of character. You want to be a support, you want to build things, repair things, or do you want to just be like an infantry? And like, you don't have to, pick a very specific one. Like, you should have a balanced team, but it's not forcing you into a role that you don't want to play. So you can get in there and you can play whatever one you want. Even if you're not a support, you can still I believe you can still revive people. And even if you're not a builder, you can still repair walls and stuff like that. So it's not, you're not fully fitted into those spots. And the whole time, everybody's just, you're just shooting down bugs left and right, and it's a lot of fun. I've only been playing it on I don't know, they don't call it the easy setting, but it's like the beginner setting, where it's the bugs are a little bit easier, and it says after you play that a little bit, then you can upgrade, and once you get in there. So that's next. But yeah, check it out. I can't wait to hear what you have to say about it.
So how does that work as far as is it a wave style, sort of like a Call of Duty Zombies, or is it a match style where there's a definitive ending?
So it is a definitive ending. So you have tasks throughout this map. You go to this next section and, collect this resource, and then you go to this and you kill a certain number of bugs, and then you make your way over here, and then you have to build the base and wait for the dropship to come and rescue you. So you build up this base, and that's when this huge wave of the bugs come, and that's where like it starts getting janky for me. But like you're repairing walls that the bugs are damaging, and you're healing people, and you're trying to stop these huge waves coming from all over. And then once the timer comes down, and the dropship comes and rescues you, and that mission is accomplished. So
Nice.
yeah, it's a fun game. I'm excited to chat with you about it. And that's pretty much the only thing I've really been playing. That and some of like the older, some of the older indie games I've been playing on my deck. So yeah, anything else from you? Any more Red Dead or Call of Duty? Been doing any of that stuff?
Yeah, that's really it. I'm trying to get through the season 3 grind pass of Call of Duty, and it's taking a little while, but I'm also very, very close to getting the not the polyatomic camo, or maybe it is the polyatomic camo. I haven't looked into it enough, but second to last mastery camo I'm about to unlock, so I just start getting a ton of headshots for most of these weapons. And once I do that for like 51 weapons, I'll have that final animated, cool as hell looking camo. For what
Sweet.
reason, I don't know, but it's a
Yeah.
sense of accomplishment.
There you go. Yeah, you deserve it. Are you still having fun, or is it more of a chore to do the grind?
It is fun, mostly because I didn't put a bunch of pressure on myself this time around to
Good.
record every single time and have
Yeah.
to edit it down and everything else.
Yeah, that definitely adds more to it. But yeah, I got to this is the week where I'm gonna really turn it around. I'm gonna play some more games. I got a lot of big plans, but we'll see. It's starting to get nice out. That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
It's starting to get nice out. And I got to go outside and be like a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it either. All right, should we talk about some games?
We should.
All right, let's talk about our new releases from last week. First up, Humanity came out on PC, PS4, PS5, PSVR, and PSVR 2 on May 16th. I haven't gotten a chance to play this one yet. I wanted to today. Just came out yesterday, I believe. But I didn't get a chance to get in there. Now it's such a strange looking game too. I haven't been like super like hyped to get in there, but it's getting great reviews. So what it is, you play as like a ghost of a dog, a Shiba Inu. I don't know if it's really a ghost, but it looks like a ghost on the screen. And you guide waves of people through these puzzles. Now, there's over 90 stages to do this, and there's obstacles and enemies, and there's boss battles. There's skills that you acquire to help move things along. So it sounds really cool. It's kind of like a Lemmings style of thing, if you're familiar, with that. But yeah, it's getting great reviews, and you can play it in regular mode, or there's an optional VR mode that you can choose to play it in. And I've heard great things about the VR. I've heard great things about both, but I heard that the VR mode kind of it makes it a little bit, I don't know if easier, but like you're right there, and it's I guess easier to control what's happening. So, and then on top of that, oh, go ahead.
Yeah, maybe the perspective of being in VR and being able to move around, look around, helps you with the puzzle aspect.
Yes, you exactly said what I wanted to say. And then on top of that, there's like a stage creator that you can then make your own puzzles with these people and dogs and weird things. So yeah,
giant golden humans.
Yes, yeah, I am. I'm gonna check it out. Maybe tonight. We'll see. See how long this takes. But yeah, I really want to see what it is. But I've never been a huge fan of like those Lemming style games. I get like I don't know. I just get annoyed too easily when things don't go my way, where it's like I know what I want in my head, but then like I have to like move all these things around. It's
Yeah.
but I
This one
do.
looks like it gets pretty crazy with like I saw
It
like a
does.
waterfall area and the humans are all like diving up and
Flying
being
everywhere.
blown by
Yes.
fans. Yeah.
Yeah. I do like dogs though.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hmm.
these people do too.
Hmm.
They're just following them around in droves.
They love dogs. Next up, Lego 2K Drive out for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One XS, and Nintendo Switch. Comes out May 19th. It's a third-person racer with Lego cars. Completely destructible environments, 1,000 unique Legos to build things and do cool stuff. There's all these side missions and mini games, and it's got local and online multiplayer. It's got a garage mode where you could build your own car. It's got it all, right?
Yeah.
What more could it possibly have?
It sounds really cool.
It
And,
does.
I was looking into it. I mean, it's not even out yet at the time of recording this.
Yeah.
So we're seeing, advanced copies and people's feedback from that. So it seems like a bit of a mixed bag. I think people are enjoying it for what it is. But also, it's a Lego game, so it's a little more kid-friendly, I guess. And people are saying one of the best things you can do to improve the game immediately is turn off the rubber banding. So it's got a default catch-up on, so anybody who's being left behind can just kind of, you're slowing down so that they can catch up to you. And that kind of sucks in racing games, takes the fairness away. And you can also turn off the option. You have different biomes in here, and I don't know what happens if you're in a car and you smash water, but I'm assuming like your car blows up or falls into pieces or something.
That
But
is not. No, so actually what happens, so your car turns into a boat just automatically.
yeah. So you can turn that feature off, though. And they're saying do
why?
that to
Why
make
would
the
you
game
turn
feel
that
a little more, make it a little more challenging.
I want a boat. I want a car that turns into. Who doesn't want a car that turns into a boat? That's the whole point of Lego.
Well, you still do it, but you have to manually do it on time.
Oh,
So you're adding the
gotcha.
challenge back in.
Oh, interesting. So okay, so your car still turns into a boat, but you
Yeah.
have to make it do that. It doesn't automatically do that.
Yeah, or else
Interesting.
you're going to have like some sort of time penalty.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm gonna turn into a boat way too soon, and I'm just gonna be skidding along the ground. It's not gonna be good. Yeah, I've been hearing rave reviews about this and how fun it is, and also I've been hearing that it's just a little it's missing something. So I would like to play this. One of the negatives I have heard is that there's microtransactions and like kind of like if you want cool stuff, you got to pay for it. And I want cool stuff.
Yeah.
This boy
I
wants
don't
cool
know.
stuff.
Hopefully there's enough that you can like grind for a good healthy mix of both.
Mhm.
But who knows with DLC? If it feels like something's missing, there's a lot that can be added into a game like this down the road. The Oscar
Absolutely.
Mayer Wienermobile,
Oh man, that's definitely gonna be behind the paywall. Yeah, so I'm excited to check this out. I'm hoping there's a demo or something where I could give it a test before I drop down some cash on it, because it does. I do like racing games. I like fun arcade style racing games. This one looks like it's got a lot of it's based on a lot of drift, and it's got that arcade kind of feel like a kart racer. So yeah, I'm and I like Lego. I like Lego stuff. I can't afford to actually own real Legos because they're $1 million a box.
Only
But
the boomers can do that.
exactly, yeah. So this is my way to play with Legos, I guess. All right, and last up, Inkbound comes out May 22nd on PC. This one I was not familiar with until you added it to the show notes here. Shiny Shoe. This is the developer. They're the creators of Monster Train, which I've been playing like nonstop for the past month. So that immediately I was like, hello.
Oh.
And so what this is different. So Monster Train is a roguelike card battler, deck builder. This is a roguelike RPG with co-op. So you want to play it with friends. And it seems really cool. It's like a combination of like an action RPG, but it also has like tactical side of it. I don't know. Like there wasn't much shown in the trailer as far as like how the game works. It looks like there's a lot to it.
I watched like a little bit of an explanation video
Oh,
over
nice.
it. So I guess it combines sort of like the old tactical RPG style with something like the abilities of a MOBA or League of Legends, something like that.
Okay. I like all these words. I still don't know what
Yeah.
it means, but I like the words that you're saying. So, yeah, my only problem is co-op. I have to find friends for this. That's
Oh
the
yeah.
hardest part. Because they did say you can play it solo, but to get the best things in the game, you got to play with other people. And I was like, really, you're gonna hold that from me? But maybe I can find. Maybe you'll play with me. You'll play some Shiny Shoe Inkbound game.
Yep. Looks like an interesting game. I'm not completely into the card based games, but that's only part of this game, so maybe it'll
Yeah,
be all right.
yeah. This is exactly. Yeah, it's not as big as like Monster Train, where it's only cards and trains. This
Yeah.
one, less trains, less cards, more full clip. That's what I say.
Mhm.
But yeah, I immediately put this on my wish list after I saw it came out. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for a sale since I have 1,800 games, dude. I just looked at my Steam library. I just got my Steam Deck. What did I get? I don't know. Not too long ago, a few months ago, and I'm up to like 100 games already in my library,
Wow.
dude. It doesn't take long, man.
Hitting those loot boxes hard.
Oh no, it's so bad. It's so bad. These mystery bundles are the worst. I did too. They had some mystery, some mystery bundles that came out today, and it was 3 mystery games, and it was less than $4, so just under $4 with tax and everything. And this time they showed the list of the games that are in there. One of the games is this game Arcade Paradise that I really want to play, and it's also on sale. Arcade Paradise is on sale right now for $12.99. I could buy it, but instead I bought 2 $4 mystery bundles, and I got
Oh,
six games that I didn't want. But then I traded like 4 games for other games that look cool. So that's what I did today instead of like preparing for this show.
Nice.
I was on Reddit trading games with everybody. So
Yeah.
my bad. But I'm having fun. That's all that matters, right? All right. Enough about all of that nonsense. It's time to talk about news. It's time for the news of the week. All right, in our top story, the big one, GTA 6 could be coming out as early as next year. Yes, 2024 could be the year that we see Grand Theft Auto 6. Now, I don't know how believable it is. It's more, clickbait. And
Yeah.
hopefully it works to get you to watch this show. But what they said, so they had an earnings report, and they shared a lot of information. And one of the things they said was that, well, here I'm just gonna read this little quote here. They said, "Looking ahead, fiscal 2025 is a highly anticipated year for our company. For the last several years, we have been preparing our business to release an incredibly robust pipeline of projects that we believe will take our company to even greater levels of success. In fiscal 2025, we expect to enter this new era by launching several groundbreaking titles that we believe will set new standards in our industry and enable us to achieve over $8 billion in net bookings and over $1 billion in adjusted, unrestricted operating cash flow. We expect to sustain this momentum by delivering even higher levels of operating results in fiscal 2026 and beyond." So the fiscal years run, fiscal year 2025 is April 2024 into through March of 2025. So it's possible. It's possible. And they're not outright saying it. But the only game that's going to get them close to $8 billion in revenue is Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Unless they have some sort of a magic something up their hat. But it's not likely.
Yeah, now historically, with the past big GTA mainline titles, we've seen advertisements for them 6 months to maybe a year ahead of time, it seems like.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, the window's going to close on that if we don't see something soon. But I mean, there have been headlines over the past few weeks that, hey, we're probably going to see our first GTA headline by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or not
Yeah.
headline, sorry, a trailer.
Exactly. Yeah, more information. Yeah, so it's definitely been rumored. There were some leaks. What was it, last year that we saw some of the leaks? Well, yeah, it's crazy that it's finally getting close, at least close enough that we're talking about it. But they also said that they're planning. Take Two Interactive is planning to have 16 total games released in this year, fiscal 2024, including a new IP from a premier studio, and then includes 3 immersive core offerings, they're calling them. And those games include NBA 2K24, WWE 2K24, and also an eagerly anticipated new IP from one of our premier studios. So, not certain what that's going to be.
Farmville 4 from Zynga.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so that's the other thing. Like, Zynga helped get them to, to where they are as far as their earnings this year. That could be, they could be expecting another huge something from them, or even like another acquisition to get them to that $8 billion. We're not completely even discounting that. Maybe they have something else that they're planning on. But even then, that's too soon to have, like, to acquire another company and then include that in your earnings. I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of speculation, even at what this new IP is. So we've been seeing people talk about maybe it's the new Ken Levine game, the game Judas, that we saw a little bit about, or they're saying the multiplayer character action game in the works at 31st Union on the team led by Sledgehammer Games co-founder Michael Condrey. So that's what a lot of the speculation is, that it's going to be that game. So, yeah, who knows? Take Two, they're doing stuff. Lots of stuff happening. But, yeah, GTA 6, they also announced that in the past 3 months, GTA 5 sold 5 million units just in the past 3 months. What?
Gosh, I don't know who's still needing to buy it. I mean, we all have.
Yeah.
Granted, I bought like 6 or 7 copies of it just because it's been across 3 generations.
Sure. And
PC.
I've never bought one. I still don't have it.
I made it up for you and all the people you know.
Yeah, true. But yeah, they just hit 180 million total units sold on that game. That is insane when you think about it.
Yeah.
Very cool. But yeah, I'm hoping to see more, hear some more about this. But yeah, the speculation is rampant. So yeah, I'm always here to talk about speculation and rumors.
Oh yeah,
it's the fun part of what we do, But yeah, hopefully GTA 6 not too far off. All right, next up, the moment we've all been waiting for. We finally got that new Mortal Kombat trailer. And like, I was expecting like a little bit of a teaser trailer, because they've been teasing us this whole time. There's been a lot of rumors coming out about what the new Mortal Kombat is going to be. But instead, we got this super awesome like story trailer. We come to find out that the new game is called Mortal Kombat 1. Going back to the beginning, baby. Reboot. And yeah, it's going to be out this September. September 19th is when Mortal Kombat 1 is coming out. What'd you think of the trailer?
Looks cool. I was really thinking, like, wow, this looks amazing. And then I'm like, okay, wow, this is definitely Mortal Kombat. When the gore kicks in, the over-the-top, like, fatalities.
Dude, it was insane. Yeah, that was my thought, too. I'm watching it, I'm like, this is a cool story they're talking about, when, foe becomes brother, and they show, like, Sub-Zero and Scorpion, like, squaring off, and Katana and Jade, and, like all these things happen, all these people coming together, and then they're like, there could be, peace, and then they're like, and then they start showing all these extremely gory fatalities, and I was like, oh my god, there it is. But yeah, I'm excited. I don't know, like I never did the story for the last Mortal Kombat. Was it Mortal Kombat 11? Was the
I
last
think
one?
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this has gotten me. So I was reading more about this, about why they're doing this reboot, and I guess as far as the canon of the story, there is a reason why there is this reboot at the end of Mortal Kombat 11. So I'm like, all right, I have Mortal Kombat 11. I just never finished it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set out to play that story. Everybody says it's really good. It's a really good story as far as like the story and fighting games goes. But and see what the heck's going on with that, so I can be prepared for September 19th. I get excited for these new fighting games to come out, and then I'm like, do I really need to like buy this right now? And then I'm like, I just wait for a sale. I always end up buying them, but like a deep discount, because I don't know anybody else that plays them, and I'm not good enough to play online. You know?
Yeah, you might as well, because like day one online is going to be just as brutal as day 365.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I'm in it for the story alone. So
yeah. I've kind of been casual with the series, jumping in and out. I played like 8, and then I played a little bit of 10. So what do you think about this strategy to sort of have a reboot and call it 1? And I mean, it feels like it freshens things up to me. I don't know that a Mortal Kombat 12 right now would be as interesting as this.
yeah, I agree. I like it because it does seem like they're simplifying as far as like the huge, cast of characters involved. I think they're just having, like, right now they've shown let's see, Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kung Lao, Kitana, Melina, Shang Tsung, Johnny Cage, and then others. But also they're gonna have cameo fighters, which are like a tag team. Like they'll come in and they'll do like a move and then they'll bounce out. So I don't know what that's gonna be, if they're gonna have like some of those other tertiary characters that are just having that role and not as playable characters. But then again, I know, people will be upset if they remove some of their favorite characters for this more streamlined thing. So I really don't know what to expect as far as it going back to the one. I did hear, so another rumor was that Homelander from The Boys and Peacemaker from Suicide Squad are going to be in it as characters. So
wow,
both of those things would be pretty cool.
That is exciting. I like both of those shows.
Yeah. So I don't know what to expect, but we don't have long to wait. September is not too far away. But yeah, I'm excited. All right, next up, Overwatch 2. Let's talk about Overwatch 2. So Overwatch was a great game. It was a online multiplayer shooter, and it was fine. It was perfect the way it was. And then they're like, wait a minute, we can make this better. Let's completely remove that, so you can't play that ever again. It's gonna be completely discontinued, canceled, shut down. And we're gonna make Overwatch 2. And it's going to be the same game with the multiplayer, but we're going to add this PvE experience where, you and your friends can play the story mode against like these other characters. But then we're just going to cancel that part and just have a shittier version of the first game that we had. So yeah, that's basically what's happened. Now, they canceled the PvE mode. They said development on the PvE experience has not really made the progress that we have hoped. The team has created a bunch of amazing content, so there's awesome missions that are really exciting. There's brand new enemies that are super fun to fight, and some truly great and ridiculous hero talents. But unfortunately, the effort required to pull all of that together into a Blizzard quality experience that we can ship to you is huge. And there really is no end in sight or defined kind of end date where we can put that out into this world. And so we are left with another difficult choice. Do we continue to pour all that effort into PvE, hoping we can land it at some point in the future? Or do we stick with this set of values that we have aligned on and focus on the live game and focus on serving all of you? With everything we have learned about what it takes to operate this game at the level that you deserve, it's clear that we can't deliver on that original vision of PvE that was shown in 2019. What that means is that we won't be delivering that dedicated hero mode with talent trees, that long-term talent power progression. Those things are just not in our plans anymore. We know that this is going to be disappointing to many of you. Blah, blah, blah. And they just keep going on. So yeah, it is a little disappointing. It's disappointing that this whole thing that was done, the way that they did this, it just seemed like it was just a way to get more money. And it was just bosh the whole way. It's been, just one bad thing after another that they've just been saying, it's coming soon, coming soon. And then I'm like, at one point I was like, I don't think it's coming. Where I believed at some point it was coming, but like part of me, like, I was like, they can't keep doing this,
Yes.
And I guess they can't. So they've officially shut it down. But on the silver lining of all of this is that they're going to take some of the things that they have been working on and kind of roll them out into the next upcoming seasons. I guess they released a roadmap in season 5, 6, and 7, and they're going to have some of this PvE content come out in like chapters so that, in a season you could have this mission or whatever. So it's going to, a little bit of it's going to be out there. But
that's kind of a shame. I mean, it seems like a bitch slap to the whole fan base who loves the game, and at least they were going to have that carrot on the end of the stick when they finally caught up to it with the PvE, and nope.
Yeah, it really is. Just the fact that, like, games that, like, so if you paid for this game and bought this game, they removed it. Like, you don't have this game that you paid for anymore.
Yeah. And all the stuff you paid for within the game.
Yeah, like that. I mean, so most of that carried over to the free-to-play version, but like it's just different. It's like, the whole thing is different now, especially with the free-to-play aspect of it and the way to earn things. Like I used to play, I would wait for I would get burnt out on Overwatch was like my most played game of all time, and I would get burned out on it, but then a new season would come along, a new event would come along, and I would jump back in there because you could earn things by playing the game. You could get these loot boxes and you could earn things. Now you can't earn things anymore. Everything, you have to buy everything. If you want new costumes, even for these events, you have to pay for it. And it's like, so I haven't played this game in months because, like, it's just a slap in the face to everybody who's really been there. But it's still a fun game. Like, I thought the gameplay for Overwatch 2 was better. I thought it was more streamlined. It was faster paced the way that they made the changes. But yeah, I don't feel like, after playing it for so many hours, it was like there was always an achievement to unlock stuff, And now that it's behind so much work or money to unlock new things, and you don't have that achievement for playing longer. So, but yeah, lots of new stuff is still planned to come out in the next few seasons, and including some of that PvE stuff. So it's not completely dead, but it's not what they had planned.
That sucks. I mean, isn't this profitable? Can they hire a few more developers onto the team and try to make something happen closer to the original? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who's making the calls over there, but it just seems really bad. I mean, this was a beloved title. I'm sure that there was an esports competitive side to it, and they ruined that by taking away the original game, putting this secondary version of it out there that's not even going to be as good.
Yeah, it's definitely different. There must be something major for them to scrap this after all that they've put into it, all the promises they made. Yeah, and I'm not a developer, so I don't know, but yeah, it's got to be some huge thing that they can't bypass for them to just be like, okay, we tried, we failed, so we're just that's it. Enjoy the the multiplayer aspect of it. But yeah, it was it's very interesting, and we'll see what's next. Maybe Overwatch 3, right? PvE
Probably.
coming to Overwatch 3. All right, let's do something we haven't done in like a whole week. Let's talk about the Microsoft Activision Blizzard King whatever thing. The European Commission has approved the acquisition. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Part of me just wants to stop and just be like, okay, we talked about it, but we have a duty. We must just add more. Basically, they just said they did an in-depth investigation, and a bunch of stuff they found that they have issues with, but they told them, Microsoft, like, it's fixable. Here's the remedies to fix this and what you can do, and you're good to go. So I won't get into all of the things. Some of them are just basically saying that they need to continue to distribute the games like Call of Duty to other consoles and that sort of thing. And there was a focus on the cloud, like the CMA has an issue with their cloud services. So they would give a free license to consumers in the EEA that would allow them to stream via any cloud game streaming service of their choice all current and future Activision Blizzard PC and console games for which they have a license. And then a corresponding free license to cloud game streaming service providers, base games to stream any Activision Blizzard. So yeah, I don't know. They just want them to get just make it widely available.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool, go for it. Have at it.
And it's interesting to see it all laid out on the European Commission's website. So if that stuff isn't insanely boring to you, go check it out in all the detail.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just so sick of talking about it, dude. One week it's like, yeah, okay, we approve it for this reason. And then another week they're like, completely separate thing. It's like, all right, but also there's this thing that we have an issue with and you have to fix this. So I don't know. I just want to know what, just tell me. I want to flip to the end of this book and just find out what happens at the end. Just tell me.
Yeah.
Just give me the spoilers. So, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, there's not much more. It does seem like it's kind of coming to a head. Like the, all these. I think the EU was one of the few that still needed to weigh in. So now there's the UK and the US, and that might be it. But yeah, we'll see. At this point, it's really, it doesn't even matter. Blizzard sucks now. Redfall, that was garbage. That was,
Call of Duty ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, Call of Duty ain't what it used to be. So yeah, we'll see. All right, college football is back at EA. So I thought this was a little interesting little tidbit. And so now for a while, the college NCAA football, the college football game they weren't making it, and that had to do with licensing of the players and that sort of thing. And now so ESPN reported that EA has signed with One Team Partners. It's a firm specializing in partnerships. They also work with the NFL and Major League Soccer players associations to facilitate collegiate athletes' names and likenesses into the new game. So the offer will be extended to every eligible player in the Division I football bowl subdivision, and any player who opts out will be replaced with a generic avatar and player. And then, so if they do decide to go in the game, they will also have a revenue that will be divided equally amongst the athletes in the program. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's the big standout detail, because this gets into the larger conversation that's been going on for years. I mean, the NCAA basketball, I guess, they've been talking about players needing to be compensated because their likenesses and their names are being used in these video games. They're not receiving a cent for that,
Right.
and in the play of the game itself, they're not getting any sort of compensation for that. And it gets kind of crazy sometimes because it's like they're not allowed to accept even a free meal. I've seen some news stories come up over the
Hmm.
years, and players get in trouble for being gifted a free meal somewhere. So it's kind of insane, and people have been kind of lobbying on their behalf to get these college football, basketball players, and just college athletics in general, get these people paid when their name is used in a video game that's selling millions of dollars worth of copies. So
Right.
it seems like that's a step in the right direction. I wonder if basketball has already gone the same way or is going to go the same way.
Yeah, I could definitely see it following suit. I mean, for me, if I was just some college kid playing football, I would just be happy to be in a video game.
Oh yeah, for the love of the game. That's what it's about.
Exactly.
Not for the college, but
I don't need
for the
money.
player.
I just want to be in a video game for once in my life. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. The NCAA football will be out in 2024 on Xbox XS and PlayStation 5. So if you're into those, college football, have at it. Get in there, play with your favorite college football player. Could you name one college football player?
Sven Jorgensen
Oh yeah. For the
from Milwaukee,
the Milwaukee. What's the name of their team?
the Timberwolves.
Yeah, nailed it.
Cheese Wolves.
Exactly. All right, let's move on and talk about probably the most exciting news of this week. Nick Cage, if you will. That's what I call him. He says, I'm like, Nicolas Cage. And he's like, call me Nick.
Call me Nick.
Yeah. And he's going to be in Dead by Daylight. In what way? I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be a killer, if he's going to be one of the, playable like the survivors. But we're going to find out more July 5th. They said we're going to learn some more. But I really hope he just comes in as a killer. And
Yeah.
not even like any of his characters. Like, I just want Nick Cage in there.
Yeah. Well, he just did that movie with Pedro Pascal where he's
Yes.
sort of playing like a fictionalized version of himself.
Exactly.
That would really work out.
Yeah.
Just Nicolas Cage, the serial killer.
Yeah. And then, but just like saying like lines from like some of his
Oh.
like favorite character movies, like, I could eat a peach for hours.
Yes. Oh my god. Now that's a trippy experience. The previous Call of Duty entry had like Snoop Dogg added in.
Okay.
So you're standing there with headphones on, you're hearing this, and it's Snoop Dogg's over your shoulder. The shizzle. It's just weird. So this is gonna be Nicolas Cage, like, oh, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm so excited for it, and I have no idea what it's going to be. But yeah, they said July 5th we will learn more. And they put out like a tiny little teaser trailer with just a computer rendered version of Nick Cage just looking at the camera. So yeah, we'll see, man. It's really exciting when I heard that, though. All right, next up, we got a teaser trailer for the movie Five Nights at Freddy's. This was announced in 2015, this movie, and we're finally getting a little bit of a look at what this is going to be. There's a lot of questions, and nobody really knew what this was going to be. What do you think of the little trailer that we got?
Looked really cool. At moments, I'm thinking like it's sort of blending the genres of video game graphics and CGI in movies. They've always had like a common thread in them, I'm sure, but if you're not on the back end of that, it's hard to tell. But I'm looking at shots in this trailer and thinking that looks like a really good video game graphic.
Yeah, it really does. Like, you're right. It blurs the lines really well. Like, I still don't know what this movie is going to be and how they're going to have. They show the security room and everything where you watch the thing, but also it shows them outside of the place, the Freddy's, whatever. And then we get a tiny little look at the animatronic things being creepy, and it looks great. It looks creepy. Like, I'm excited for it. Josh Hutcherson, everybody loves him from Hunger Games. Peter Mellark, right? You love him.
I think so.
I think Matthew Lillard's in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see, and it's Blumhouse, right? Doing
Yeah.
it. So yeah, it's gonna be. Hopefully, it'll be good. if anything, it'll be a fun, a fun thing to watch and
Yeah.
and go play the game.
And coming out in October, so perfect time because people are going to be into spooky movies.
Perfect timing. Yeah, it was like October 27th or something, like real close to Halloween. So yeah, that'll be fun. All right, and last up, before we go, did you see? You said you were talking about Zelda and FOMO. You really wanted the Zelda,
Yeah,
and so we got to talk about some of these funny things, dude. Have you been watching some of these people playing Zelda?
absolutely. With the new mechanic of mashing anything in the world together that you want.
Yeah, so I know you sent me one of the things where they made like a mech. Like, how do you make a giant mech in Tears of the Kingdom? Like,
Right. Like working too, functioning. That's the part
crazy.
that surprised me most.
Yeah, like I had seen like someone making like a 30-foot, like they just attached all these like, I don't know, it was like rakes and like spears and stuff together to make like one giant thing that the dude was holding. But like on top of that, like then they were making they're just attaching things to make giant bridges to just traverse the entire
Yep.
board, the entire world, or like skateboarding on these mine carts. Like I had no idea that you could do all this stuff in this game, and now I want
It's
it.
wild. And it's kind of cool that they made this knowing that this probably like instantly breaks the game if you really wanted to. I'd love to see what the speedrunners are doing with this.
Oh my god, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, just attaching. I guess like though, like how long does it take to find these things that you have to then adhere together in some fashion?
Yeah.
I don't know how it works. I've only just seen the clips online of people doing it. But yeah, do you think that they expected this when they made this mechanic in the game? They had to have, right?
Maybe because they seem to allow so much freedom. Because when I'm looking at the mech, the person's driving it around and shooting lasers and rockets out of it.
Yeah.
They knew something was going to happen.
It's
here.
insane, dude. And this is in the first week of the game that sold, 10 million copies the first 3 days. So I'm very much looking forward to more clips. And someone's going to make like a rocket ship or something cool. But yeah, it's definitely getting to the point where I could see it just being like a game-breaking like type thing, But I don't know. I look forward to it. We'll see.
Yeah.
You gonna get it? You think you'll get that game?
I really hope so. I know that it's never going to be on sale. It'll take 4 or 5 years before it sees a $10 decrease.
Yeah, all it's gonna take is for you to see like one more person on a giant mech, and you're gonna be like, I gotta get this game, and not even play the game. You're just gonna make mechs and ride around on them. But yeah, should be fun. All right, I think we've talked enough though. So should we wrap things up? You got anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, that's it. We've covered everything and more.
We really did. This was a fun week. So yeah, thanks for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Follow us on Fruit Lab. It's where you'll find these episodes. You can find this show there under Gaming News Weekly. You can find myself there under Erock the Red, posting a bunch of game clips and that sort of thing. And Full Clip is also there doing his thing. You can also find us on YouTube. I'm at Pop Culture Playground. Full Clip is at GameFAQs, GameFAQs. I did see the most recent GameFAQs video.
Oh yeah, it's back.
That was very exciting. I liked that. I look forward to those every time they happen. And then go check us out on TikTok before it is banned. I just saw one state. What state was it?
Yeah, Minnesota.
Minnesota? Yeah. Are banning TikTok. So, yeah, who knows? Now's the time. Get in there. Get on, before the bubble bursts. And then, of course, podcasts. We're doing podcasts. Anywhere podcasts are found, you can find the audio version of this show. Listen to it. And, just on the go. Have us in your ear on the go. Did I get everything? Is that everything? I think that's everything.
Yeah.
We did it. All right. Thank you. We will see you next week. More Gaming News Weekly. Bye-bye.